friends. Today I'm going to do a reading on Pete Hegseth. And Pete Hegseth is the United States Secretary of Defense. I think they changed the name. He prefers to be called the Secretary of War. But anyway, we're going to do a reading on him, just a quick reading. And I decided to do it because I heard on the news today that he's going to be investigated by Congress. And I think it was an article, when I looked it up, the article was written by the Washington Post that is accusing him of, they've been attacking these boats near Venezuela, so-called boats that are smuggling, illegal drugs into this country. But many of the people that live there said that some of those boats were fishing boats, fishermen off the coast, coastal fishermen. So, but anyway, supposedly in September they attacked a boat, and there were several people who survived, and they were holding on to wreckages, of the boat in the water, and he allegedly verbally ordered the military to kill all of them. And that's against the law. That's against the laws of the United States. It's against international law also. So what I thought I'd do is just do a quick reading on the energies around him. Um, if the accusations against him are true. So let's take a look. I think the first thing I'm going to do, I pull out my court cards, my male court cards, and I think I'm just going to shuffle and see if I can get one card to represent Hegseth. I'm hesitating on this name because I've been calling him Pete Hedgehog. But anyway, it's Hegseth. Pete, let's pick one card to represent you. One card. Okay. Okay. So the card that I pulled that's going to represent him, that kind of looks like him, doesn't it? Yeah, that even kind of looks like him. This is the King of Swords card, but it came in the reverse position like this. Okay. King of Swords. Okay, now if I was going to describe this person, I would say that this is a strong-willed person. They're analytical. What else can we say about him? They're structured. Um, they're fair. Um, he rules with the sword, and he's tough. He's not playing around. He doesn't mind using the sword. Okay, and this would be some of the things that you would say if you pulled the card upright. This is the King of Swords. But it came like this, reversed, in the reverse position. So when the King of Swords is in the reverse position, like this, it can sometimes mean somebody that's selfish. Um, Okay, here he's honest. He's tough but honest. He's fair. But when it's turned this way, this person is dishonest and they're unfair. Um, Sometimes it could be that they've done something and it's premeditated. They planned something that wasn't right ahead of time. Also, it can mean this person can be overly cautious. Okay, so this is Pete. Okay, the funny thing about this chord is this is the neo-funk Arcana chords. And when I'm reading on something that's not really a happy situation, or maybe it's some shady people that we're reading about, I like this one because the pictures are so profound. But look at this. Doesn't that look like him? It really does. That's amazing. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to just use my traditional right-of-way chords, and I think I'll pull maybe 4 or 5 chords for Pete. Let's see what's going on. We want to know the energies around you, Pete, and then we may ask a couple of questions. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I did a reading on Pam Bondi the other day. I left this card out so I could talk to you about it. We did a reading on Pam Bondi, and when I read on her, I was talking about her energies, the energies of the people around her, the energies around her. And I came up with the King of Cups card. If you saw that reading, you'll remember the King of Cups. But it came out in the reverse position. It was somebody around her that was the King of Cups in the reverse position. And I said that when the card was in this position, it was somebody that gave her some bad advice. Some type of scheming was going on, some type of fraud. And this person was an alcoholic or a drug addict. And at the time, I said, I don't know who that is. I knew it wasn't her. I never heard anything like that about uh, Cash Patel, but it was somebody around her that was either an alcoholic or a drug addict, and they had given her some bad advice, some type of scheme that she was involved with him. One who looks out only for himself. Now that could be him. Now I was doing some research about Pete Hegseth, and I read all kind of terrible things that he had been accused of before he was even put into office by his leader. I mean, he had had accusations of abusing women. He was accused by one woman of, or the R word. Um, he's been drunk in public and obnoxious where his friends had to drag him away from situations. But the one of another shady thing he's done, he was the head. Well, he had some type of, I won't say the head, but he had some type of big position in two nonprofit organizations that their purpose was to help veterans, to do good things for veterans. And he was asked twice to distance himself, or in other words, they asked him to leave two of these nonprofit organizations that help veterans, and both times it was because of the misuse of money. And on one of the organizations, they said that he ran up debt, allegedly. This is what was said by him, about him, allegedly for $400,000, and they asked him, just step aside. And then the worst thing, though, to me, was I read an email that allegedly his mother had written, and it got leaked. And the email was talking about how abusive he was to women and that he should actually be called out. Now, if that is true, this is just allegedly YouTube. But if this is true, he has to be really pretty bad for a mother to turn on her son. That normally does not happen. But according to sources, his mother wrote an email talking about how terrible he was to women in his past, present, I don't know. But she criticized him and said he should be called out. So this is, just some of the character flaws that this man has. He's gotten accused of disorderly conduct in the public. That's all kind of stuff. Okay, Pete. What are the energies around you? Let's do 4 chords first. Pete Hegseth. I've always said, if you know me, I've always said that. I've said this to friends. I've said it to relatives when we're talking about the situation. I said, when this administration is over, there's going to be some people that are going to have to answer for some of the things that they're doing now. Um, and I described it like they may have to go and be charged with crimes against humanity. And it's going to be more than one, and it may be internationally. So, and it's almost coming to pass because the administration is not out, and he's been accused already of crimes against humanity. That's against international law. It's against the law of the United States. You don't just kill people to be killing them. And if you think about it, if he really thought that this was a drug vessel, wouldn't you want to take people in and question them about the operation? It seems mighty strange that he would say kill them all. You know, normally they like to arrest people and, maybe question them, interrogate them a little bit and, see what's going on with the organization. But he wanted them killed. And you have to think about why. Why would he want to do that? Okay, what are the energies around this man? I've always felt that he was going to be him, Cash Patel, and there's a couple of them that they're not going to be around the whole time. I'm almost sure of it. Four cards. I thought Hegseth would be gone a long time ago. Okay, four cards. Okay, two, three, four. Okay, now the first card that I pulled was the Ten of Cups reversed. Now here's the Ten of Cups. And in the upright position, you see a family and they're celebrating. This is a happy family, prosperous family. It looks like they're celebrating something. They're prosperous. You see the money here. See, see all the cups. That's money. That's blessings. It could be riches, prosperity. I don't know if you can see it, but in the background, there's foliage. There's a husband and wife. It's kids playing in the background. And what is this? Okay, kids dancing. They're celebrating something. Okay. That's if we're in the upright position. But it came like this. Okay. Reverse. So let's see what the reverse says. It says unhappy home and family life. Dysfunctional family. Now he's had that accusation before. But we'll see. Now, if he gets in trouble, and has to go to court and, go before Congress and all that, it's going to cause a problem with his family, most likely. Unhappy home, family life, dysfunctional family. It may be dysfunctional already. We don't know. A broken home. Okay. Maybe his wife is going to leave him. Maybe they're going to break up after this or because of this. Broken home, lack of security and stability. Okay. So this is what is surrounding him. This is in his atmosphere. I'm not going to say it's in his future, but it's in his surroundings as we speak. The energies around him. Maybe he's having problems with his wife. I don't know. Okay, so that's the first card. Okay, now the second card that I pulled with the energies around Pete is the Five of Swords. Five of Swords. Now you see, this is a battle. Okay, this is a battle. Somebody is defeated. I don't know if it's him per se, but it says defeat, surrender, change, walking away. So he may have to walk away. Self-sacrifice, self-sabotaging behavior. Yeah, probably. Underhanded behavior could be deception, lack of communication, aggression. Well, we can see that. Bullying, yes, we see that. Intimidation, abuse. He's been accused of that. Violence, crime. It says RAPE. Murder and assault. Wow. 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 You couldn't get a more terrible chord. These are the energies surrounding this man. Here. Okay, now the next card is a Two of Swords. Now, this card, Two of Swords, look like it's somebody that's protecting themselves. See? It almost looks like they're protecting their heart. Uh, let's see. Two of Swords. It says stalemate, a truce, sitting on the fence, a crossroad, painful choices, stressful decisions, facing your fears, being torn between two relationships, divided loyalty. Okay, so that's what this card says. Now, when I look at this, though, I see somebody protecting themselves, you know, because it's almost got the swords like almost like a shield, and it's crossing his heart. So he's protecting himself. He's going to have to shield himself. He's protecting his heart. And so maybe this is really going to damage him, these accusations. And if Congress is really going to investigate him thoroughly like they should, and instead of keeping it on partisan lines, if they're really going to do a good job on looking into this, he may be in trouble. Okay, and the last card I got was the Six of Wands. It came out in the reverse position though. Now, normally the Six of Wands, you see this? This is somebody that is victorious, and it's victorious after a fight. Now, the only thing about this card is sometimes it's this person, and they're thinking they're more victorious than they actually are. So sometimes it's somebody faking the win. But this came like this in the reverse position. So let's see what that says. It says failure, losing, disadvantage, disgrace, being haunted, ill will, playing second fiddle, loss, and defeat. So, I'm not saying that he's going to lose and he's going to be defeated, but these are the energies surrounding him as we speak. Okay, so let's pull two more cards for clarifiers. What's going to happen to him? I'll say in the next 6 months. Because if it gets too controversial, his boss will get rid of him. He'll find that out quick. What's going to happen to you? A lot of these people are going to find out that you reap what you sow. They're going to have to find it out, and I think they will. Not saying that he's guilty or anything. We'll see. The investigation may tell if they do a real investigation. And see, he knows better too because he's been in the military. He knows he's breaking the law. Okay, let's pull two clarifying cards for this Pete Hegseth. Okay, two cards. Okay, let's see what is this. Okay, now the first card that I pulled is the Justice card in reverse. Okay, and this is what he's getting. He's going to get justice um for what he's done. A lot of times when you get this justice card, we're talking about karmic justice too, not just the law. Now he may get justice with the courts. He may get justice with the courts. He may have to go to court. He may have to go in front of some international court too in the future, not just courts in the United States, because he's breaking international law. At the end of World War II, a lot of those guys, those Nazis, had to go through to court through The Hague, and they were prosecuted. Some of them were given long sentences in jail for all the dastardly deeds that they did during that time. So something like that may happen to him because he's going to get his karmic justice if he really did do this. Okay, so let's see. Justice, karmic justice, consequences, legal disputes, law, life lessons, okay, contracts, binding agreements, settlements, apologies, decisions needed to maintain justice, law, and order. Now, I read an article today. It was saying that John Kelly was really criticizing him and the president, and he accused them of playing war. Also, he mentioned that we're the United States of America. We're not Russia. We're not Iraq. We're not one of these world lawless countries. We usually uh, set a higher standard than something like this. He was talking about them today, Mark Kelly. Okay, so but it came in the reverse position. Let's see. Karmic retribution, dishonesty, corruption, lack of accountability. Okay, unfairness. Okay. So I think he might be in trouble, guys. We'll see. Time will tell. Now, the last card that I got for Pete Hegseth is the King of Swords, and it's in the reverse position. We talked about the King of Swords just a few minutes ago, and we were saying that usually that King of Swords, him, the one that represented him. See, this is him in his own reading. And the amazing thing, and it actually really kind of looks like him. See? Okay, so we were saying that that King of Swords normally is intelligent, he's rational, he's fair, uh, he's analytical, he's balanced. That's when it's in the upright position. But it came in the reverse position. So let's read that. It says selfishness, ruthlessness. Okay, did you hear that? Ruthlessness, deviousness, premeditated malice, someone who is overly cautious. Okay, so I think, if I were just to sum this reading up, I think that in the next several months, the energies around this man are not going to be positive. And I think, I don't know if we're going to hear some things that are going to shock us when it comes to him. Um, if he's going to have to get karmic justice for some of the things that he's done, we'll have to see. But anyway, guys, that's what I got. Love and light to all. Blessings. Bye.